Hello, Pokemon fans of the universe. This is She Never Misses, and this is the first episode of a little Pokemon show that I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to call it Poketalk. So tell me what you think of that. Anyway, the first topic that I'm going to discuss on this show is going to be about Pokemon X and Y, and news and theories and things about that. And honestly, I have to say, I'm very excited for this new chapter in the Pokemon series with 6th generation and all of this. I've been watching the show since about 3rd gen or so, and the first game that I got was a remake of Silver. So, I am a newer fan than a lot of you probably are, but I think that I have a good appreciation for Pokemon, and I'd like to share my thoughts about some things. Okay, so with Pokemon X and Y, the two big theories that there are about new types. And a lot of people think that these two new types are going to be light type and sound type, and that each of the new legendaries will be one of these two types. And they say that this will probably end up with the retyping of a lot of Pokemon, and that this might be one of the options for what the new evolution Sylveon's type will be. But that's for later. So, along with sound and light types as a theory, there is a theory called fairy type. And this set is also partly a Sylveon one. And it says that basically fairy type is going to be including all of the pink guys and stuff, like Jigglypuff and Clefairy come to mind. That might be a future fairy type. So, my thoughts on these theories: sound and light type may be cool, but the last time that they introduced a new type was in Generation 2 with Dark and Steel type. And it would require so much retyping of current Pokemon. I think it's more work than it's worth. And as for fairy type, they'd only have to redo like the pink ones and things like that, but still it'd take a lot of time and money and recoding. So, while I don't think that these are a very probable possibility, they may very well be, so don't just take what I say and then if it happens, come and call me a hypocrite. But I just don't think it's gonna happen, and if it does, it's a little strange, but we can live with it, I guess. I don't know. So, anyway, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the new evolution Sylveon. And this new evolution looks kind of strange. Like, you can't tell what type it is by looking at it. You have pink on some parts and white on some other parts, and these really big blue eyes. And then there's these scarf things that are coming off of it. And that's why there's been a whole bunch of debate on what type Sylveon will be. So, I'm going to talk about some of the more popular theories on what it could be and what I think about each of them. So, some types that it could be, according to fandom, some people think it's a ghost type because in traditional television, ghosts are white. It is white in some parts. It has these weird rag-looking things, I guess, coming off of it. They could be seen as rag things. I see them, I see them as ribbons. I don't really know what they are. And then it has really big blue eyes that are kind of creepy and like look into your soul. So I guess ghost could be a possibility, but come on, look at the thing. Just because it's white doesn't mean it's a ghost type, because most ghost types in Pokemon are either purple, gray, or black. Not white. And come on, the thing is too cute to be a ghost type. Okay, next popular type that I've heard about that it could be is a normal type. And I have a couple things to say about this one. First of all, you wouldn't have a normal type evolution. People get the evolutions because they want their Eevee to become another type, because normal isn't a type that they really want. They want to get the other types with Eevee. So a normal one would kind of defeat the purpose of it. And if they did do a normal one, I wouldn't object to it. I just think it would be the last evolution that they do. Another problem with this is, yes, while it is pink, and we have a history of pink Pokemon, Jigglypuff, it doesn't look like Eevee. If there was a normal type evolution, it would most likely look like Eevee, because Eevee is a normal type. See, a normal type evolution should look like this, or this, not this. Okay, and that brings us to the next type that it could be, and that is flying type. And this one, I don't think that it would work, because mainly it can't fly. There's nothing that would aid it in flying. You could say that those scarf things are like pilot scarves, but how would they help it fly? It doesn't look like they could actually do any flying of any sort and spin like a propeller. So that's why I don't think it's flying type. Next type that I've heard is bug type. And honestly, just because it has really big eyes like a bug, and butterfly, ribbon holder, barrette things on it, does not mean that it is a bug type. In Pokemon, bug types generally look like big bugs, and this looks nothing like a bug. I'm sorry if you think that it is a bug and you think that I'm being annoying and not seeing your point of view, but that's just how I think it is. Okay, so the next thing that it could be is kind of goes back to the theories on the new types. Some people think that it will be a light type Pokemon, and that's going to be one of the first new Pokemon of that type, besides the legendary Pokemon for Pokemon X, which I can't pronounce the name of. So, if they do have these new types, I guess I could see it being a light type. I just don't think that the new types are going to happen, so I can't say that it will probably be a light type. I mean, it would require so much retyping and things like that, and I just don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, this could very well be a possibility for what this thing is, because it doesn't look like any known type, and that's one of the big things for this one that people are using as evidence, is the fact that we can't tell what Sylveon is just by looking at it, like we can with most other things. And the next theory for what it could be is that it could be a fairy type. And this would be where they grouped together all the pink ones and made them their own type. And this could also be a possibility if I thought that the new types are going to happen, because it is pink and it would fit in with all those guys. So if they do a fairy type, this could be a possibility for it. As of now, what do I think this thing is? I have no idea. That's my answer. No idea whatsoever. Okay, and on to my opinions on things that are actually confirmed. Like, no more theories. This is just confirmed things for the next couple minutes. Let's talk about the 4 newest Pokemon X and Y Pokemon that have been released. Go-Goat is the first one I want to talk about. It's a grass type. It basically looks like a grass goat, as it should. And this one's very interesting because you can ride it around Lumio City. Forgive me if I said it wrong. And you've never been able to, like, ride a Pokemon on land before. You've been able to fly one and use it on surf and stuff. But this will probably be really fun. The game has made a lot of new jumps in this time, and I think that it's going to be a really cool thing. Then there's Fletchling. It's a normal AM flying type Pokemon, and it looks kind of like a robin. I really like the art for this one, but I think that it's going to be one of those ones that's not very powerful. You catch it in the beginning of the game because you need low-level Pokemon like that. I think it's going to be one of those. But I can't wait to see what it evolves into. And then there's Helioptile, a normal and electric type. It looks like a weird gray and yellow lizard. And yeah, it seems like it'll be the normal kind of electric type that you find in caves and things like that. And I don't think there'll be much different about this one than some other electric types, but who knows? There could be something special about this one. And then there is Pancham, which is a fighting type. And this is like a really, really cool looking little panda with a grass leaf sticking out of its mouth. And it just looks pretty cool. It's like a tough little panda. And I can't wait to see what it does, honestly. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to talk about real quick before we go is the advancements that have been made since the last game. The fact that you can sit. This one's big for me. I don't know why it brings me such joy, but it does. You can actually sit in the game. You can sit on a bench. We've never been able to sit before. We've been basically on our feet since we started the game. That's how it is. So I'm really excited. And then there is character customization, finally. I've heard that you can change the character's dress in the game, and when you go to the main screen, you get to pick between 3 options for what they look like. So you can actually change it and decide what it looks like and make it look more like yourself if you want it to. And honestly, I have always been so mad at the character sprites because I could never get them from the game the way I wanted them to look. Like the things they gave me never look like I want them to. So this is a good advancement for this. And that's the end of my Poketalk video, everybody. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell me if you want to see more, and if you do, tell me what you want to see, because I need ideas. I do theme songs videos too, I just have to figure out how to get them up without getting problems from YouTube. So as soon as I do that, they'll be back up. This has been She Never Misses with Poketalk. I'll see you all next time.